Welcome to another Fishbowl tutorial by Brando Consulting. I'm Lance, inventory software expert since 2006, and in this video I'm going to show you how to close out a work order using Fishbowl Go or Advanced Mobile. Now, one of our clients has so generously offered themselves as an example for this, so shout out goes to CW Sheet Metal. You guys are awesome. Thank you for contributing this to the Fishbowl community. A lot of people will really be grateful. Thank you. So Fishbowl inventory gives the capability to your warehouse personnel to record what was produced in real time. And the person that touches the inventory can be the person that records what he or she did. So accuracy increases, efficiency increases. And what we're looking at here is Fishbowl Advanced Mobile, the mobile device that empowers your warehouse person to accomplish all these things. What we're going to look at in this video is closing out a work order. That's right. So previous to this step, work orders were created and work orders were started, and the work order traveler may be given to someone in the warehouse. This also can replace a paper work order traveler. It's up to you. Sometimes the work order traveler is nice to use because you can just use this module here, go to work order. I'm going to click on work order right there. And where the cursor is flashing is where the barcode that was scanned will appear. So scanning a barcode just translates barcode scanning or translates the barcode into characters. So if you scan the barcode on a work order traveler, that will translate into one of these numbers here. You can also select one of these numbers. It depends on how many work orders you have in the system. So imagine someone in the warehouse that is doing production, a production supervisor, a production manager, wants to see what needs to be produced, or he wants to close out and record what was produced and what was consumed. So with this screen, he can do that. We're going to select a work order right here. This 98831:002 is a work order that we can close out. It looks like we're making a ZQM black 3.5 inch something. I'm going to click on that and click the button in the top right hand corner. We come to this screen here, and you'll see these instructions with a little arrow that can collapse or uncollapse. So this is an optional section, and if your production step in your bill of material, your work order, takes multiple steps, you can actually check this box or tap this box to close out the step and say that that specific step was closed. You see when I tapped on that, that number changed. Okay, now that's an optional thing. You don't have to click on that. Details up here will show what is being produced, how many is supposed to be produced, and who you're producing it for too, if that field is filled out in the work order. I'm going to close this. See, the raw goods that we estimated would be used to complete this work order right there, and an arrow down here that'll take us to the next screen to allow us to close out the work order. So at any time we can actually back out of this screen, go back into it. We'll tap here and go back and forth from this screen and back and forth. Okay, so you can use this screen as just instructions so far. And the way we have it set up is the configuration settings in Fishbowl are set to only show work orders that have been started. So that's nice. You can use that so your list of work orders to choose from on this previous screen isn't overwhelming. So these are only the work orders that have been started that we're showing on this screen. So I'll tap the screen now. If we're going to close out this work order, we want to click on this arrow. Click on this arrow right here. Error message actually should not happen in most workflows. We got this little pop-up here, and this is saying that we haven't picked the work order. I think for most companies, for most workflow processes, this should not happen, in my opinion. Picking should have been done on a previous step, and so you would not get this message. But we're going to go ahead and work through this message. It says, would you like to pick them now? Sure, go ahead, we'll pick them now. I'll tap OK. Advance us to the picking screen in case you run into this, and we can go ahead and pick the items that are saying need to be picked, the quantity that needs to be picked, and finish that pick. So that's very nice navigation. It takes us to the picking screen, lets us finish the pick, and then navigates us right back to the work order. Look at the top of the screen. It says work order now. So very nice navigation on Fishbowl's part. We'll go back to the consumption screen. So I tap the arrow, just so you know. I'm going to go back again and show you how I got there. I tap this arrow right here, and I tap that arrow, and that takes us to the consumption screen. Now before, when we tapped on that arrow, it gave us the error message that said, hey, you haven't picked yet. So in this case, we want, well, in this case, it's been picked, and this is what I would imagine you would get. This is what you should get, not I imagine you should get. This is what you should get after picking. So raw goods to be consumed. You can enter in the actual quantity. Now, there's one limitation here. You can't enter in more quantity than you picked. Okay? So think about that. In the middle of production, if you discover, or the supervisor discovers, the production manager discovers that something went wrong and they need to grab something and they need to pick more than was planned, they should have done that on a previous step. They should have recorded that they actually picked more than was planned, okay? Because this right here won't allow you to consume more than you picked. Now, it will allow you to consume more than you planned originally on the work order. So there is that flexibility. You can put in more or less consumption on the work order. You have that flexibility. So this is saying black QM 24 GA flat sheets, 4-foot by 10-foot sheets, and the unit of measure here is a flat sheet. That's what the FS is. That's a flat sheet. That's the unit of measure this company used. And the quantity looks like a fraction of the sheet. And so that fraction was put in when the bill of material was first created. And then labor as well, in this particular example, is similar. Don't know if we put too much thought into the labor. We could say to cut this fraction of a sheet, it took us, 12 minutes, we could say. And then hit the arrow to go to the last step, and it says the finished good is what we just created, this 3.5-inch part. Created 2 of those. We cut them out of a full sheet on the previous step, and we want to put this in a place that'll make sense. So it's saying, okay, you created the part. Now where is it? And this is important for accurate inventory tracking. We want to show where it is, and in this particular database, I can tap on that arrow, or we can scan the location. These are the different locations that we can put it in. And we don't have a production location set up there, but normally I think you would want to record where you put it, because it could be misplaced, right? Like not everyone needs location tracking, but in this case we'll go through location tracking, click finish. So clicking finish right here, you want to print a report, print the default work order report. Now this is an opportunity for you to also print labels. This says work order report, but in the Fishbowl system, we can actually change what we want for the work order report to be a custom label. So you can print out labels when you're finishing this right here. That's a nice opportunity right there. And we don't have this set up, so I'm going to click no. And we have one less work order, and we close the work order in Fishbowl Advanced Mobile. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Big thank you to CW Sheet Metal for volunteering their time and their actual data as a great example for closing out a work order with Fishbowl Advanced Mobile. Be sure to like if this was helpful, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and comment below if you have any questions.